Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. Wait, I should have done that slower. Sorry. Hello and welcome. I am your host, Elizibar. There we go. This is Dinosaurs for Hire, issue number one. Now, I think this is like volume two because the originals were in black and white, and I never actually read them. This is all new to me, and this was a terrible first impression. It's a book that's trying to be funny. All right? The book is trying real hard to be funny, and it's a great cover, by the way. Like, I love this cover. Problem is, the cover's like promising me like gunfire and stuff, and there's not a lick of gunfire in the book. Worth mentioning. Alright, we open up to dinosaurs being very silly. You know, some scantily clad ladies here. And this is kind of like a first taste of the kind of humor that's in the book. Hey, watch that caption, it tickles. We are breaking the fourth wall with our tickling caption right here. You can see what the caption is tickling. And that's fine. Like, I got nothing wrong with self-aware humor. Humor where the book is, to some extent, aware that it's merely a comic book. I mean, if I didn't like that kind of stuff, I would never have read any Deadpool. And sometimes Deadpool's pretty funny. This book is trying real hard to do that same kind of humor that some later Deadpool comics have done and pulled off really well. Everything is kind of a joke. Everything is super self-aware. Like, we go to here. We got, what's his name? Reese, I think, jumping out of this hot air balloon. Wow, I hope my nicotine patch stays on. Yeah, look, we can just da-da-da-da-da, the sales figures for Dinosaurs for Hire. Dump out my Marvel stock right away. I'm sure there's some sucker out there. And that's not the first or the last joke at Marvel's expense here. I don't know the career of... Sorry, we got to flip back here. Tom, what was his name? Tom Mason. I don't know what his career was prior to this, but I imagined, like many comic book artists, worked for Marvel at some point and wants to take jabs at Marvel. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that kind of humor is funny, but this book is just all wacky hijinks. Like, there's this dude over here, and his internal narration boxes are just, well, they exist. Like, it doesn't really come off as funny. Homeboy shows up later in the book, right here, as, oh, what do they call this dude? He's like here to collect revenue for the government, and I just blanked on his name. Well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what his name is, but you can like see kind of like what's going on here. Like, he's the revenuer or something. Oh, he's just revenue. His name is just revenue. Okay, I see it down at the bottom of the page. And he beats people up for tax money. And this issue is really setting up like a battle with him. But man, we spend so much time meandering around. Like, we get into this stuff here where we're like in one of the dinosaurs' heads. We're like imagining the world where they have billions of dollars and stuff. And you can tell because of the rounded boxes. How do I know the rounded boxes do that? Because when I flip over a couple pages later, wow, what a dream sequence. Those rounded panel borders really did the trick, distinguishing fantasy from reality. I've got to call Tom and thank him. Like, we just took the fourth wall, we punched it in the face, we knocked a hole in its face, then we stomped on it a few more times. And maybe it's because I haven't read the original, 9 issues or whatever. Like, I know Dinosaurs for Hire because of the Sega game, which they actually mentioned here somewhere. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that, because it's just like a little editorial box. Yeah, here it is down here. Radical, man. I can't wait for the new Sega Genesis game. If I were a smart, hungry toy company, I'd snap up the action figure rights ASAP, dig? On sale now. Cross-promotional Chris. Stuff like that is kind of fun, but overall, like, I don't know these characters. I don't know what's going on with these characters at this point in my experience with them. So it's all kind of like, I don't feel like they've earned all the jokes that they're dropping at me. There's nothing serious to put the jokes on top of, and the book just isn't funny enough on its own. Now, like I said, I think I would probably have a pretty different experience if I had read the original run of the book, the old issues. I think I'd probably have a different opinion about this stuff, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling. Like, picking this up does not make me want to go read any other Dinosaur for Hire book. That's just how I'm feeling right now. My opinion might change in the future after I read another Dinosaurs for Hire book and go, ah, yes, I see how all this fits together, but I kept waiting for like some machine gun battles, and really all we got was like the revenue guy shooting some dude and then walking away from the scene. And it was like one page. That was it. There's other like some pop culture jokes in here, like they knock a hole in a wall and knocks one of the dinosaurs ends up in Cher's yard where there's apparently a bunch of cats and lots of silly antics like that, and it didn't really click with me. That's what I got for you today. Thank you so much. Bye bye.